I honestly think it's probably the greatest climbing comp in Idaho.
He's keeping busy as breathing stone, with his machinations and his palindromes. Is anything but hear the voice.
I think there's probably 15 comps a year in Idaho, but the Palouse Climbing Festival is definitely the funnest comp.
I've been to every Palouse Climbing Festival 7 years running now. The first year I remember competing against no one actually entered in my category, in the advanced category, and now competing a bunch of people. You know, there's like 100 competitors, and it's just developed over the years quite well. It's been just a really great experience, and frankly one of the better comps I've been to, definitely in the Pacific Northwest.
3 years ago, the Palouse Climbing Festival became pretty big, a lot bigger than it had been in past years, and started offering cash prizes. And 3 years ago, I think we had almost 100 competitors. In the last couple of years, I've been pretty involved. Last year, I spent about 30 hours in here setting routes, and this year I actually got to climb in it and ended up doing pretty well. It was a lot of fun, and the comp is always a real good time to have fun with your buddies.
So my name is Nathan Smith. I'm a climbing photographer, and I'm here for the Palouse Climbing Festival. I did a slideshow. I live in Salt Lake, so I'm used to comps where we have 300 or 400 people, but there's 2,000 or 3,000 people in that climbing community. So, you know, it's a little different, but it's a smaller community, and it's a tight-knit group, so like everybody knows each other, and I think it's really cool.
It's awesome because you get to meet people who come up from Boise area, Sun Valley, Montana, Spokane, so it's kind of a Northwest gathering.
Setting for a comp takes days. I think this year we gave it 3.5 days, about the same last year, from starting with tearing all the old stuff down, cleaning it, and then putting all the new stuff up is quite a time commitment.
So you need to pull all the tape and then take down all the holes and acid wash them all and then lay them all out and then put your routes together.
Isolation is a really interesting experience because, like, you get back there and usually, like in my case, most of the time I know a couple of the people in there. So it's usually, you know, there's a lot of joking around going on, like, oh dude, you know, hope you don't fall off the first move. But it's like, I mean, it's not so much nervous. Some people get really nervous in isolation. For me, it's more like nervous anticipation, like I'm so excited to go out. And then if you're sitting in ISO and you can't see anything, all you can do is you can hear, you know, like people yelling at the guy climbing. And it's always interesting to see because you can tell like the crescendo of, like, starts out, they start yelling a little bit, and as he gets toward the end, and it's like, I mean, you can always tell if he's sent it, if he falls. Because you hear that like crescendo and all of a sudden it's just deafening and you're like, oh, yep, he sent that route for sure.